My friends, I want to tell you a quick story, one around vision. The time was November 2021. I was working in corporate America. I was working for Shell to be exact. And I had grinded away in a job that was was never right for me. I'd done that for 5 years and 2 years before that, quite frankly. So 7 years I was in a place where I probably shouldn't have been. Or at least it wasn't aligned with my passion, my purpose, my calling, etc. So there was a severance opportunity, and I had a big decision to make in a very small window of time. So I tapped my wife on the shoulder, asked her if she had time to go on that back porch. The conversation that took place on that back porch was pivotal in my life and in the life for my family as well. It was huge. And we based that conversation around vision. Where are we now, but where do we want to go in the future? What exactly do we want? As close as we can get to finding that out. What does life feel like when we have that lifestyle? Who are we doing life with as far as community, friends? What does it look like to have freedom? Freedom's huge for us. And I wasn't exactly free at all working in the job that I was in. So we got together, we dreamed. We did not allow tactics and why we couldn't do it and practical stuff get in the way. We had those conversations, don't get me wrong, but this conversation was around vision and dreaming and stretching the muscle of creativity. And it was fun. And by the end of that conversation, I got to tell you, we were 80% clear that I was going to leave Shell. We was the family decision. I was going to leave Shell. I sought some additional counsel. I got some more feedback from other people, worked out some tactics, raised my hand, and ultimately left Shell. I have no regrets. It's not all been perfect. It has not at all been easy, but it's a whole lot better. And yes, the freedom is huge. All of that started with vision. And that vision conversation was really put into play that day on that back porch. How about you, my friend? Got vision for your life? It does not have to be perfect, but you might ought to get started if you hadn't already. So, in the video that follows this one, I want you to watch a summary of the Thumos calls where we talked about vision, which was this week, where Brook and I unpack sort of the key points around vision, what it is, why it's important, ways to basically live out your vision, whether it's a statement or a vision board. Enjoy the video. What a great night, man. We talked about vision. Did you enjoy it?
It was a good night. The vision boards, beautiful. Your vision board is nothing short of just wonderful. Brings me a lot of joy to look at it. And Charlie's vision board, wow, man. I really like to hear Charlie's enthusiasm and joy as he goes through his vision board. Unfortunately, he wasn't with us tonight, but you did display it for us, which I thought was a nice treat.
Yeah, so we talked about the concept of vision for those that didn't attend the meeting. And first and foremost, maybe the importance of having vision in life. I know in my life, in the past I was guilty of, I had mission, which for us encompassing sort of purpose and God-given talents to be used in life. That's a great thing. Those are both great things. But I didn't have a real clear vision. Where am I going in life? Where exactly do I want to go? Who am I going to do that with? What is that going to look like and feel like once I get there? So what we talked about tonight was around vision was a couple of things. One is a vision statement, which is based in core values. And the other, where we spent most of our time, was on a vision board itself. Brooke, when you first heard of the concept of a vision board, I know my thoughts, and I'll share those here in a second, but what thoughts did you have when you first heard about this concept of a vision board?
Honestly, man, my first thoughts were, I don't know if that's for me. Like, it seems like I'm not worth it, or it's not going to work for me, or it's not going to be good enough. I wouldn't know where to start. All the reasons why I could not or should not do it. That was my first reaction.
Yeah. For me, for me, I was very skeptical. So a vision board, I don't know. It feels like sort of a kind of a, I don't know, foo-fooey, not very tangible, not very realistic. And so here's the deal. I felt like I had a decent amount of strategy in my life to do the things I wanted to do, and I was very practical and tactical. But in the past, I haven't had a whole lot of, to say the least, creativity,
Mhm.
limitless thinking, um, allowing myself to dream big. It hasn't been me. I'm just very practical, very focused, and I'm working on that. And I'm better, by the way. I'm a work in progress. But once I became a student of the law of attraction, which is essentially you get what you focus on, you become where you spend your time, your mental thoughts, your mental energy, etc. I just became a student of that. And this concept of this vision board just kept coming up from people I respected over and over and over again. So I got curious. And from there, understanding and working with men forever now, I thought, well, we as men love pictures. So the idea of putting pictures together that speak to us, that resonate or speak to the heart, putting those all in one page, calling that a board, okay, that can make sense to me. And focusing on those pictures, which are based on where we want to go, and really putting intention and thought into that to create that life, that destiny, that's sort of started making sense for me. So I went after it. I tried it. I put it to use, really focusing on those pictures and trying to feel the feeling that conjured up or came up with every picture. And lo and behold, things started happening in my life. It's really cool. Thoughts on that, Brooke, for you?
So there's a term that is really big in a lot of the teachings that I've been studying lately, and that is that we are co-creators. Like God has given us the ability to co-create with Him. I don't mean like create life, so to speak. That's His job, but to create our reality, to create our path, to create our blessings, right? And so the vision board is a tool to help us create positivity, love, connectivity, ambition, potential. It's a really good tool. It's not a magic wand, but it's like a, what was it that you said? I think you said it was like a portal into your best imagined future, something along those lines. It's like a doorway. It is. It's like a path we can take where we're focusing on positive and gratitude, abundance, or we can stay focused in contractual mode of scarcity, fear, doubt, self-loathing, darkness. The vision board truly is a remarkable tool. I love it. I'm glad that you encouraged me to do it. Changed a lot of things for me.
Thank you. It's changing a lot of things for a lot of men when it's purposed in at the beginning of each day, or some amount of time is set aside on some frequency daily, several times a week, whatnot, and really focusing in on with feeling, with intention on each one of those pictures. And what really gets me excited is in Thumos, we've got this community. And so we've got a whole lot of other men that know us well enough to know our vision boards and where we want to go. And they have our back in order to help us get there. That brings me, Brooke, a whole lot of love, joy, excitement, etc. And I see us doing that for each other, to challenge each other, to hold each other accountable, but also to give us the sort of the mastermind, the wisdom, the knowledge. Because a lot of places, some places where I want to go, some of the men have already been there. So to me, that's the fast track instead of trying to do things on my own, the way I've tried to do that for years and years and years.
Yeah.
So,
It was really good to hear one of the men say that he was glad to hear that creating a vision board should involve fun. That's the word you gave me. And that's like the word I like to share. It's like, this is supposed to be fun, man. Like, allow it to be an exercise of creativity And like you said, limitless, boundless. Like, why not? I mean, it's a vision board. That the idea is to think bigger than you normally think, because our normally thinking keeps us right where we were. We can imagine so much more if we just give ourselves permission. Just allow it. Just allow it. Just for the fun of making a vision board, and then watch what happens. You know?
I love it. I love it. So for those who are watching this, get some vision in your life, whether it's a vision statement or a vision board. Allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to ask maybe two big questions. What if and why not? Take some time. Don't let practicality and why you can't and why it's not reasonable shy away from that just for a little while. Have fun. Get some time. Dream a little bit. Smile. Develop vision. This is Jody and Brooke. We're with Thumos USA. We help high potential men maximize growth, purpose, and impact. Check us out, thumosusa.com. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.